It's the 10A podcast, and we are back. I know y'all was wondering where the hell we was at. It was Super Bowl weekend. We had to do some things. I was like, yo, I ain't trying to compete with the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? But, it is what it is. My bad. I'm over here just trying to send out the link to everyone as we're doing this. Canelo Alvarez is upset. Bud Crawford. Errol Spence is back. Fondora's locked in. We got a shitload of stuff to talk about today. And we are going to get it cracking. And we back every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You're going to get it right after this. It's not letting me pin my stuff, bro. Why can't I pin my damn video? I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, that's right. I'm not on the right page. But what's good? What's good, Mel? What's popping?
Same on. Trying to get through life.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting weekend. We had the Super Bowl yesterday. You know what I mean? You know how that works out.
I ain't even watch it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You ain't watch Super Bowl?
Nah.
Damn, bro. Like you don't rock football.
I wasn't intrigued by the matchup. And then like the game, I was, keeping up with the stats, but the game seemed like it was kind of slow in the first half anyway.
Yeah, I mean it was a defensive game. Seattle's a really good defensive team.
Yeah, like it was like I think I looked at like halftime was like 9-0, some shit like that.
I figured you was mad because your man that used to play for the Jets, so y'all drafted number 3 overall, won a Super Bowl without y'all. So I thought maybe that's what it was. But I could be wrong.
Ain't no hope for the Jets, man. I just stay loyal, but we know what it is.
Yeah, you are a Jets. I can't believe you're a Jets fan. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I sit there and it makes me laugh. Like I'm like, damn, bro, like
Jets, Knicks, Rangers, Yankees.
I'm a Giants fan, bro. I'm a Giants fan, and that's it. I don't really got any other teams, bro. I'm gonna keep it with you. Like I just be having teams, bro. Like I don't know.
Jets, Knicks, Yankees, Rangers.
I mean, I rock with the Rangers. Like I rock with what they got going on. Matter of fact, the Lou Bella had some tickets to the Rangers, but I couldn't go because I live in Atlanta, so there goes that. But shout out to my guy, Lou Bella. Been a lot of interesting shit going on in the boxing world. I ain't even gonna hold you. It has definitely been. I don't even know where to start. Like I'm looking at the screen, let people start going in, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. My man LaVar Cooper, what's good, brother? What's good? Make sure y'all tweet the link every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We live at 9 p.m. You know what I'm saying? On Twitch, YouTube, X. You feel me? So yeah. But damn, where do we start? Let's start with this right here. Fundora versus my guy. Keith Thurman has been confirmed for March 28th of 2026. Last year, I don't know what happened. He backed out at the last minute, and Keith Thurman was calling him all types of cowards and stuff like that. Jamel, how do you feel about this matchup? Is this one of the ones for you? You excited? How you feel?
I'm cool with that. I told you that before, and I got Thurman in that fight. I like Fundora. I got Thurman in that fight, bro.
You got Thurman beating.
Oh yeah, think about it. Yo, when has anyone ever like handily beat Keith Thurman though?
True. Keith Thurman. Oh, I mean,
Keith Thurman always. Keith always come to bring it. Even when he took the long layoff, you know what I'm saying. He put something on Mario Barrios when he came back. You know what I'm saying. So he. Yeah. What's good, Al? But don't get me wrong. I like Fundora. I like Fundora a lot. I just think that Keith Thurman Keith Thurman, he's never been in a fight where he was like you never seen him one-sidedly beat. I think when his only loss is the Pacquiao fight. You know what I mean? So, and that's Pacquiao, and even then, he got knocked down with the first round, and he still fought his way back. You know what I mean? To a good fight against Pacquiao. So I don't, like I said, I get that. He's not as active as he once was. At the same time, when Keith get his ass in that gym, he always come back and surprise everybody. So I'm going with Keith Thurman in that fight. Like, and you got to think about it also. Fighters, as we get older, especially when you got a fighter like that, we kind of like got to map out our future and our plans in terms of like who we decide to compete against. I mean, we even seen Canelo do it. You know what I mean? Until Canelo was forced to fight somebody that that people felt that he had some resistance, whatever. It's the same thing. It's the same thing for a lot of fighters, including guys like Keith Thurman. Like, I think he picked the fight because of the style matchup, and he knows that he can pretty much, Fundoro's going to pretty much have to make a dog fight on the inside. That's what Keith Thurman was going to want to do. He knows he's going to try to catch that the overhand hooks, them hooks.
I mean, it's an interesting fight because, again, Fundora
we need KOs for life. We need KOs for life. Keith Thurman back. KOs for life. Keith Thurman. We ain't seen him in a while though.
You think you're probably talking 147. We're now at 154. You're fighting a guy that's legit 6 foot, 6 or something crazy like that.
But he not like I said, his sister Gabby, she uses all her physical tools, like what I'm saying, and she's strong behind it. You know what I mean? She'll box you from the outside, she'll pick you apart, and then she'll finish you. Don't get me wrong, I like Sebastian Fundora, but Fundora at times he likes to get into the dog fights, and he want to sit there, in the pocket with you. And I mean, even in the second fight, look at the second fight when he fought against Tszyu. I mean, he was doing his thing. He looked better than the first fight, but still at the end, he was still making the same simple mistakes that and from the first two fights, trying to fight on the inside, and including the same mistakes that he was making when he got knocked out. You know what I mean? It's just bad. It's just habits that he hasn't, that I haven't seen him change. And a veteran, like I said, Keith Thurman's a veteran now. A veteran's like that, you think they looking at those holes and they don't have a game plan to pick you apart. Again, Keith Thurman could have walked away from the fight, fell apart. There's a reason why he stuck to making this fight. You gotta look at things like that also.
So you believe that Keith understands how to be Fundora? Because you're right, Fundora does not use his attributes to his advantage, his height, his distance. He likes to kind of get inside and make it into a ball. We haven't really seen a situation where he's used his length and his height as an advantage. And Keith Thurman does have pop. He does have power. You feel like Keith maybe sees that as an opportunity that he can really knock out Fundora and kind of put him back in the mix with the Ortizes, the Xander Zayas. There's a lot of names at 154.
Yeah, the Boots in the world. The Boot, he doesn't think highly of Boots. That could be another big fight down the road if he gets past Fundora. I don't like to write anybody off, especially because, like I said, I never like to be written off in my own career. So I'm not trying to write Fundora off. I'm just pointing out what I see from my point of view, my opinion. You know what I mean? Fundora might go in there and surprise us. He might actually go in there and actually use his height and reach and make Keith fight his way to get on the inside. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be a point in that fight though where he's gonna get hit with something. And he's gonna have that urge to get it back. So he's gonna try to make it a dog fight, even if for like a minute, 30 seconds in that fight. That's enough time for Keith Thurman to hit you with something to either slow you down where he can find you easier as the fight progresses, or hit you with something that's gonna make you second guess yourself, and then or put you out.
What do you feel about the fact that Keith Thurman is back to the body, and that's kind of where Fundora likes to be inside?
His tall ass gotta get down there to get to the. That's his problem. He don't ever bend. He don't ever bend at the waist. That's why he leaves himself exposed up top. He don't ever bend at the waist at times. That's what I'm saying. Like he can let Fundora can really fight. Like he's action packed, but it's just the holes in the offense that I worry about the most. His offense is not an issue. His offense, he's gonna let him go. Even if he is in close range, he's gonna let his hands go, but he don't ever bring him back. That's what I'm saying. You got like a smart fighter is gonna punch with you and catch you in between the shots. You know what I mean? Timing.
No, that's I mean it's a great breakdown, but and we've also seen Fundora go to sleep. We've seen him.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, can Fundora be coached at this point of his career to start using the jab more, distance
You
more?
got it. Okay, I'm gonna say this also for people who listen. I'm not knocking it, but we always see a trend. What you just said right there, can he? What you gonna say? Can he fix it? Can he learn? What?
Yeah,
Can
can
he?
somebody teach him? Yo, bro, you gotta
I
use
mean,
the
yeah.
distance.
I mean, fighters. I mean, a fighter can continue to learn as much as they're willing to be open minded and actually willing to put the work in. But what I was gonna make my point was look at who his trainer is. It's not a knock, but usually when you have those family dynamics, sometimes the son can make me think that he knows it all. Sometimes, or sometimes the father isn't correcting these mistakes. I mean, we've seen what happened with my guy Teofimo and Junior in the corner. It seemed like he was more of being of a dad trying to pump up his son rather than a trainer trying to guide him and use the correct game plan in those moments. And that's just one example. You know what I mean? So usually with these we've seen even Angel Garcia, what I'm saying, crash out with Danny at times in fights. You know what I'm saying? So again, if you don't have I feel like fighters probably need those strict type of training camps where I want to say it's all business because again, most teams they are family, but I'm just saying though, where they're not gonna baby you. You know what I mean? I'm not saying he's being baby, but at the same time, when you involve family dynamic and a lot of things, they usually, kind of ease off the gas at times or just, don't correct certain things because they don't want to be too hard on you about it or whatever.
No, and you make a point, man. Trainers are important, bro. Like just for the optics, just for to be able to break down the game plan and stuff like that. And we've seen Teofimo lost. We've seen.
And again, we're gonna see it this month. Matter of fact, we're gonna see it also with Ryan Garcia. In my humble opinion, I don't think that was the best move for Ryan to go back to his father. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Ryan
Ryan is what I'm saying, the head of the, let's be real, he's the top of the food chain pyramid in his family right now. You think they're gonna bust him or be strict or hard on him when he doesn't feel like doing this and the third? I'm sorry, I don't think it's possible when he's basically is the breadwinner. So sometimes family and everybody around become yes men. Instead of being those real tough dynamic trainers who don't give a fuck who you are and be like, listen, we're either gonna do the work or we're not gonna do nothing at all. So which one is it?
And
I feel like with these fathers involved at times, saying you can bark back at your father as a grown man and be like, yo, dad, I don't feel like doing this. I'm not doing this. Sometimes you need that trainer that doesn't give a damn who you are and says this is what we're gonna do.
And to your point with Ryan Garcia, that's the biggest knock. Is he coachable? You went through numerous trainers. You was at the Canelo camp, so
why do you go back to your dad? Because he probably didn't like being told what to do, what time to be there, and this and the third. A lot of training camps when you go away for camp, there's a schedule, there's a regimen. You know what I mean? Yeah, sometimes that's why I never was a fan of training at home because I'm not gonna be able to focus if I'm training at home because I'm gonna be too busy, caught up doing everything else at home but training.
No, I mean absolutely. I want to see how that dynamic does work against Fundora. I mean, does it work for him? But I think at a point they gotta have these fathers have to back off. I mean, we've seen with the Bill Haney situation with Devin. People critique that loss. I'm not big on fathers coaching their sons in these big fights. Just being honest, man. I'm with you 1,000% on that. My little man is yeah, you don't see him live with Jamal? Huh? What's it out? But anyways, yeah, I mean, so you still winning by knockout? What do you think?
I don't know. Like I said, it is a big. Like I said, it is at 154. It's not 147. I mean, I think Keith Thurman did get a knockout in his last fight. I think it was in Australia.
Yeah.
But like I said, Sebastian Fedora is a different breed. Even though he has been knocked out before, but things change. Things
Yeah, I
change. But
mean,
I do got Keith Thurman. I said, but I do got Keith Thurman winning. I don't know
he,
about knockout.
yeah, he ain't look too crazy in his last one. I mean, even though he did get the knockout, but I don't even know who he was fighting. But let's move forward to somebody that was
He
familiar
was
with.
fighting. He was fighting Brock Jarvis. Talking about the Australian Keith Thurman.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, and that, but that was that, but that was last March. He's fought
Yeah,
in what 11 months? 11 months since then.
Thurman has fought probably and maybe like 2, 3 times in the last like 5 years, or some crazy shit like that.
Man, he fought 2 times 2019, once in 2022 against Mario Barrios when he came back. Then he took basically 3 years off, came back again to fight Brock Jarvis. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if he's gonna have that dominant knockout power, but I think he has the experience and tools to still get the job done.
Yeah, I mean, let me ask you when it comes to Keith Thurman before we move to the next topic. Why do you think he's taking so much time between fights? Why is it injuries? What is it actually that would
I don't
leave
know.
him?
That's a good question. I mean, it could be, like I said, Keith Thurman right now, 37 years old. He's probably just enjoying life. And Errol Spence is doing the same thing. Errol Spence is coming back now. I think a lot of these guys, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. Like Al, rightfully so, took care of a lot of fighters where they can sit back and just, enjoy the fruits of their labor and just chill. Rightfully so. So I think a lot of these guys that you see, think about it. Jamel Charlo, chilling right now. You know what I mean? But he got the itch. He got the itch to come back. Errol Spence, chilling for the almost 3 years. 3 years since he fought, right? Since he fought Bud.
Yeah.
2-3 years, whatever. So, chilling. Keith Thurman, another Al Haymon fighter. Like I said, a lot of these guys at the top, even guys like Tank, So again, a lot of those guys, a lot of those Haymon fighters, they just been chilling. And rightfully so. They did, put in the work. They made their money, Now they just sit back and enjoy it. But after a while, fighters, we get bored and we get that itch and we want to come back. And that's probably what we're seeing. So I don't know if it was because of injuries or anything like that with Keith Thurman. Maybe there was, but I don't think it was any crazy injuries to keep him out for 3 years. I think he just didn't have the motivation and the hunger.
No. I want to see how he's looking.
Yeah, think about it too, bro. He wasn't quick. He wasn't quick to try to get up to fight Errol. I'm not saying that he was scared, but he just never. It just that fight never materialized. Even came close to being materialized. So, and then when you got Bud on the other side of the street, he wasn't trying to fight Bud either.
Yeah, no, you never really heard him call him out or whatnot. But
remember, at one point in time, he was telling, like I said, I like let's keep it real. At one point in time, he was telling Errol had to basically, jump through hoops. He even get mentioned to fighting Keith Thurman. So I think it's just at that time, Keith just wasn't interested in fighting. The guys around that was on top of this at the time, which was Errol and Bud. Right now, 147 still looks kind of open. You know what I mean? It looks open.
Yeah.
Well, he's not at 147 anymore, but I'm saying that 150 now, 154 to 154. It's still kind of open, but there's more competitive fights there too. And I think there's a lot of competitive fights that get fighters excited, and also a lot of competitive fights where who knows, Turkey Alex Sheik might get involved in it, and making huge paydays for these guys at 154. So we got to see how he looks against Fundora before we even get to that topic, though. Again, Fundora can go out there and pretty much retire Keith Thurman if he fights the right fight.
No, absolutely. Moving forward, actually, someone that's familiar with Fundora, and like you just mentioned, Errol Spence is been. There's rules. Michael Coppinger came out and said that Errol Spence and Tszyu has been locked in. What is your take on this fight? What do you think?
I'm happy. I'm happy. If my guy coming back, I'm happy for him. You know what I mean? I'm happy for him. I think that's a good matchup for him. As a and again, 154 again, the junior middleweight division, super welterweight division. again, another key piece that, depending how they look, can actually still go in there and make some. If Errol looks good in this fight, and I think he will, he can go. He can still go in there and make a few more good fights. You know what I'm saying? That he picks and chooses for his style. Like again, for where he's at in the stage of his life and career. But I think Errol can win it. I haven't seen the same type of dog or energy from Tszyu
Yeah.
since he got stopped by the Russian that just lost to Josh Kelly.
Yeah. I feel like I'm with you. I feel like this is the perfect opponent for Errol to bounce back with. Tim
Yeah.
has a big following.
Al know what he's doing. Errol is still one of Al Heyman's top. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Top
What
runners.
No, facts. Absolutely. I think it's the perfect opponent. Tim is damaged goods. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
So
Like I said, I'm not. Like I said, I don't want to knock, but we seen it. Like we see, it seemed like even when when he took the loss to Fundora, I felt he came back a little too quick, a little too fast. And he took that fight, and then he got stopped. And then from there, the momentum kind of just went out the window. You know what I mean? Then he started, you know what I'm saying, doing this whole tour, rightfully so though, to look for a trainer. He was all over the place looking for a new trainer, looking for a new circle. Then he comes back and has a fight in Australia. And though he got the stoppage, you could tell that he was kind of gun shy a bit, like he was hesitant on his approach. At one point in time, he was walking through the fire to get to you. You know what I'm saying? Now you kind of see fighters that actually was all mostly action. Now they just sit back a lot and wait. That's what we get. When you sit back and wait and second guess and doubt yourself, that's when you leave yourself vulnerable to get pieced up, or you give the other fighter in front of you the confidence of him thinking that you're afraid or you're hesitant. So I don't know. I don't see much of Tszyu, you know what I'm saying, doing much of anything in this fight respectfully.
Oh no, he's definitely a sacrificial lamb. And listen, if Errol Spence is able to be successful, let's be honest, he's one of the more popular 154-pound fighters. You're looking at possible fights with Boots. You're looking at possible fights with
his return is gonna be anticipated. It's gonna be an anticipated return. So the spotlight is gonna be mainly on Errol. The cards are gonna be Errol's in. But again, Errol still got to go out there and do the work and get the job done. But I think, like you said, also, I think that this is just a good opponent. For Errol to knock some ring rust off, make a splash in a new division at 154, and hopefully, get the win and make some exciting fights before, Errol decides that he wants to call it a day for boxing and move on.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we watched Virgil on the show, and he said he would love, that would be his dream fight, Virgil Ortiz versus Errol Spence. That's a big fight in Texas, but Errol has to come out and be impressive. If Errol does not look impressive versus Tszyu, are we looking at possibly timing at that point? Because this is going to be big.
If be big. We're trying to say, if Errol doesn't win that fight, all they're gonna do is polish up Tszyu, make it sound, he got a big win over Errol Spence, and then still sacrifice him to the next guy, like a boost to somebody. That's how boxing is, bro.
No, 100%. But
all you do is live to see another day to make another payday at a certain point in your career. Real talk. If you think about it, if you really think about it, bro, that's how they be doing sometimes, bro. Like, you can go out there and have a huge upset, and then what? They're going, instead of trying to build you, they'll put you in another big matchup against another monster and see that guy. Now, if you get past that dude, then okay, then like, okay, we got something here. But they be just trying to take that momentum and put you in another tough fight. Prime example, prime example happened with me. Like when I came, if you look at it, bro, when I lost to Jermaine, what fight did they make right next, right afterwards? Him and Jermaine and Lomachenko. You know what I mean? It's like one of those things with boxing, bro. It's like it don't ever get easy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it really should get easy, but you know what I'm saying? There ain't no okay, let's them build a bit and then you know what I'm saying, let's mold them and then put them in another. No, it's like boom, one fight and then another right afterwards.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, yeah, that is more Tim, but I feel like, well, they're kind of both in the same spot because Tszyu a popular name. Errol Spence.
Errol Spence wins. Errol Spence wins. He didn't. Errol Spence. Okay, he gets to call the shots. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the difference. But I'm trying to tell you. Listen, let's be real. If Errol goes out there, and we can say Tszyu shot, whatever, but Errol goes out there, wins big, gets a stoppage. Errol's gonna have the cards to basically call out a world champion next.
We're talking about a very popular fighter.
Because he's Errol Spence. He's gonna have you. I don't think Tszyu's gonna have that opportunity. If he comes out of the that's the difference. That's the difference. That's the difference.
You think Errol stops him?
I think he can. Yeah, I think he can, bro.
Really?
Because we see, listen, bro. Respectfully. We seen Tszyu. We seen him stop. We seen him knocked out. We see them. You know what I'm saying? They threw in the towel on the stool. That's what I'm saying. You break Errol Spence type of fighter. He's going to try to break you mentally with mental pressure. Just keep pressing you and keep breaking you to the body. To where you're gonna doubt yourself in there, and he's gonna make you quit.
Well, remember the last time we seen Errol too was at 147. Is he gonna be strong enough at 154? These guys are strong.
I think so because again, this is the guy. Errol Spence is a guy people forget. In the amateurs, when we was on Olympic team together, he fought at 152 pounds. He was fighting. He was in the Olympics. He was a 152 pounder. So he's 2 pounds light of. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure he definitely outgrew the welterweight division. So I think he will mold and fit in just right. He's always been a big dude.
Nah, absolutely. So this is a video that
thank you, Lance. Lance said it better. It is. It's a thankless sport, yo. You can go out here and beat, you know what I'm saying, and beat the favorite, and then they'll be like, let's use him now to build our other fighter who needs a good win. You know what I'm saying? So boom. They're gonna feed him. That's how they say. Like Lance, thank you. You said it the best, bro. It's a thankless sport. That's how it is, bro.
Yeah. Well, Errol actually video of him dropped about, and it was talking about him and possibly Charles. Let's see what he had to say.
Was calling you out a while back. Your old stablemate here in Texas. I saw you guys go at it many times. What did you think about that?
I mean, Canelo gone, Turn is gone, so who else is gonna get a big headache from? So that's the only reason tired me out because everybody know how to spar and win. His coach Jerry James know how to spar and win. Everybody who's in the gym know how to spar and win. So, hey man, he wants some money.
Jermell Charlo, what you thinking about that?
I think you got a point. You're looking for the biggest fight. The biggest fight in terms of like the level they're at in their careers. So those guys been in war. So, you know what I mean? They don't want to. You don't want to go against the young gun coming up. So you want to fight a guy that you consider is probably on your equal in terms of where you're at in career. But he made a good point. Canelo, Canelo's not well. We already know what happened to Charlo Canelo fight, but that part 2 is not happening. Bud is gone, so that fight, Charlo, that beef is gone. The only good storyline, of course, and then people you're not reading through the lines where I can still see that I guess that bad blood between him and Derek James is still there because he keeps referring to him as his trainer. That's Jermell Charlo trainer. That's Jermell. His trainer knows what happened in that sparring session. So it is what it is. Would I watch it? I would.
Wasn't it like a lawsuit? Wasn't it? I think
that was the talk, or what I'm saying it definitely was about money, but who knows? Who knows the whole story? Except for those two.
Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what Errol's gonna bring back. New trainer, new Errol. Is he fully covered? Is his eye fully healed?
I heard he's out there with Breadman in Philly.
I don't even know. I couldn't tell.
I think I seen somewhere. I think he's out there with Breadman. I don't know. I gotta look that up. But I heard he was out there working with Breadman.
Well, shouts to him. I wish him the best of luck in that regard. There's a lot of shit to talk about today. I definitely am looking forward to Speaking of Canelo, you brought up Canelo. He actually had a video out where he was calling out. Where he was talking about. He was pretty upset at Bud Crawford for not giving him a rematch. I'm gonna play.
Even if my body don't feel like I really want, but I did well. No, you need to take the losses and learn from that and keep going. I have cramps in my legs, so doesn't respond the way I really want. But it is what it is. We learn from that and we move forward. I know what mistakes I made in the fight and in the camp too.
Was there any part of you that got upset when he announced his retirement and you said, "Oh, I gave you the opportunity. Now you're not going to give me the opportunity back"?
Yeah, of course. I always give all his credit, no. But we need to run it back. That's why my tough. When after the fight, I say we need to run it back this fight because I don't feel the way I really want. I need to make this fight happen again. And it's gonna be different. I think for him to deserve all the credit, he need to give me the rematch, obviously. But he decided to retire, and the rematch will be perfect for boxing. No, but it is what it is.
What do you think about Canelo's run about being disappointed, not getting a rematch after giving the
I don't want to hear
opportunity
that shit.
to Bud Crawford?
I don't want to hear it.
Why not? I know you're a little
I like
biased.
Canelo. I'm a Canelo fan, but I don't want. Nah, I mean, what did he say? Did he say? Did I hear him wrong? Did he say that something like, "I'm not sure if I won the fight, so I should give a rematch" type lingo? Like, I think Bud is. I think
No,
Bud.
he said he had cramps. He said he had cramps. He wasn't
I
like
want to hear it. You think he knows? He should know best. None of us are 100% going into fights, bro. No fighter is 100% going into a fight. I promise you that, bro. Because we all go through some shit during training camp, but we just fight through it. I'm not saying, and again, I mean, some severe than others, but nobody goes into a fight 100%. You know what I'm saying? We go into the best condition that we could possibly be in, but in terms of being 100%, nah. But again, listen, last time you and I spoke on it, you and I was getting cursed out about whatever, situation with Bud. But again, I think one of the things that Bud didn't want to also wait to September. He's not bringing in that part also, bro. If they just go do the rematch, they could have did it in May. You know, we could have been getting ready for.
yeah,
for
he had
you know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
he looked
like
like
surgery.
yeah, I get that, but it looked like right now, is the surgery still hindering him from training right now? I don't know. Like I said, again, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not here to judge Canelo say anything, but I just think one of those things where, like, I don't think Bud, Bud's getting by the time Bud comes around for September, I think he'll be 39 years old. People got to take that into consideration. You know what I mean? So I think Bud probably knows best that father time maybe catching up to him, so he probably wants to go out on a high note. I understand Canelo where he's coming from. He's a competitor. He's a fighter. He's a prideful champion. He wants to avenge that loss, especially to a guy like Bud, who many consider number one after that victory. So of course he wants to get some get back. I'm not mad at that, but it's just I don't agree with the way he's going about it. Like he's taking it as if Bud basically took his ball home and stayed behind the door, because the closed door. Like, nah, I think that, like, you and I both spoken it many times, before people came in with little attitudes, whatever, like the rest of the world spoken it. I think it started out a business thing. It was a business decision. It is what it is. He was like, I bet, whatever, I'm out. I don't think it had anything like, I don't want to give Canelo another. I think that Bud would have gave Canelo another shot. That's how Bud is. But he probably didn't want to wait till no fucking September.
I feel like Canelo was pushed in his matchup, and I feel like he feels indebted. Like none of that. He feels like he owed because of that. He's like, bro, I didn't really want to take this fight. I did it as a favor.
He was pushed through because everybody kept saying that he wasn't fighting. When was the last competitive fight or anybody of noteworthy was in there with Canelo? Then he had the people on the other side saying that he wasn't trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Benavidez.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't. I'm not saying he's right or wrong, but I feel as if he's. I gave you a shot. I never
I
had to
respect it. Yeah, I
fight.
get that. I
I
get
gave
that.
you your biggest payday.
I get
You're
that.
right.
He's right. He's right to feel it. But I just think his wording and the word, like his choice of words, is just wrong. You know what I mean? He's right to feel it. But I mean, of course you want to get some get back, especially a fight. I mean, on the scorecard, it was a close fight. It was a close fight. So he probably felt like if I tune
I
some
thought it
things up,
was.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, on the scorecard, it's a close fight. He probably feels as if I work on some things, I can maybe get the decision over blood, but we'll never know because he retired in his mind. So he's upset about
So
that.
you
But
don't you don't think Bud you don't think if Bud gets that offer of 100 million, let's not put out those numbers.
he already
He didn't
said
come
that
back.
though. He already said that in an interview. If he get 100 million, he's not coming back. Now, why is it though that you said the two? Why is it that the 100 million mark is always the key to the topic? But when we bring it up, we get you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I
But
don't know.
again, Bud,
I don't want to talk about.
I seen Bud speak on it in an interview. He said he's not selling his soul. He's not selling the soul for a payday, even if it's 100 M's. So you might as well just cancel that for now. I would say never, but right now it doesn't look like it's a possibility.
No, I'm definitely with you on that, man. Like, I would like to see the rematch, but who knows? Who knows, man? Well, no, you know what? I don't see the rematch. I think there's gonna be a lot of the same stuff.
Because like I said, I was happy with the decision in the first one. I'm not. If it happens, I'm gonna tune in. If it happens, it happens. But if we don't get it, I'm not crying.
Nah, I don't think Bud's gonna do it. Whatever. Speaking of other boxers getting headlines, my man Jake Paul had some Super Bowl comments that people were not feeling, and his brother Logan had this to say. He said,
"Now you gotta bring up Jake's first.
You
gotta bring up Jake's comment first, though, man."
Jake Paul said purposely turning off the halftime show. His strategy to show big corporations they can't do whatever they want without consequences.
That's not the main thing. He was saying that the Puerto Ricans weren't really Americans. He's citizens, some other crazy shit.
I catch that one.
Yeah, he was going. That's why his brother said what he said right there. Puerto Ricans are Americans. That's what I'm saying. He said y'all weren't Americans, brother. And then he had to go back and change it up. Then he had to go back and change it up because not only did his brother say something, Amanda Serrano said something. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I got what Amanda said. You are benefit real. To be honest with you, bro, like, and this is crazy because I had a lot of mixed reviews in regards to people hitting me about the about Bad Bunny performing at the thing, right? And a lot of it had to do with, I guess like the fact that he didn't speak Spanish, he didn't perform in English. Then a lot of his political views, like this shit became like a political thing. I don't think it had nothing to do with him performing in Spanish, but I felt it was more so the political views that people had. And like when I seen Amanda Serrano respond, I'll read Amanda's shit real quick. Amanda responded to the shit. He responded. It's not a really PR move, but this is what Amanda actually had to say. Let me pull this shit up real quick. Okay, good job. Go over there. All right, good job. Go over there. She said, tonight I am here where I'm supposed to be in my beautiful island, with my people celebrating and watching all how well Benito represented us and our culture. I'm proud to be Puerto Rican and I'm proud to be an American citizen. Puerto Ricans are not fake Americans. We are citizens who have contributed to this country in every field, from military service to sports, business, science, and the art. And our identity and citizenship deserve respect. I would not have the opportunities I have today without the support and belief that most valuable promotions and Jake Paul have showed in me. And I will always be grateful for the role they've played in helping change my life and elevating women's boxing. At the same time, I want to be clear, I do not agree with statements question the legitimacy or identity of Puerto Rican people. I cannot support characterization. It is wrong. I fight with pride, Puerto Rico,
Take this
and
shit off the
represent my
screen.
flag
You
every time I step
take
into
this
the
shit.
ring.
Just take.
I will always
Put his back. Put his back on the big screen. Cause y'all, if y'all on Instagram, they've been doing damage control. They've been doing damage control all damn day over his comment.
absolutely.
They got Puerto Rican flags on every post now. Yeah, cause out of pocket.
Yeah, I mean, Jay. Yeah, man, he lives in Dorado.
I mean, your partner. Listen, your partner's Puerto Rican.
Dorado, so.
Your partner that gave you a trilogy is Puerto Rican. A lot of you signed a lot of fighters from Puerto Rico, both men and women. Then you live in Puerto Rico.
Signed 2 Puerto Rican females.
He lives in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, he signed 2 Puerto Rican female fighters. We just interviewed.
My man live in Puerto Rico.
He signed Leanne. Yeah, he lives in Puerto Rico. I mean,
listen, y'all see. But we've been saying not about him, just about in general. What I'm about to say, politics be bringing out motherfuckers' true characters, yo. It's always around politics. Politics, boy. And when people start mixing politics in their everyday life, they always bring out some other side that catch everybody off guard. But some of us that be hip to it be like, I'm not surprised. I'm not saying that Jake Paul has an issue because I'm glad he did apologize for it and reword, but he had, like I said, his choice of wording was just terrible, and that ruffled feathers not only within his own brand, but like I said, his brother even disagreed with him.
No, facts. I mean, it was just bad in general, especially the fact that.
What you think? You Puerto Rico? What you think? You Puerto Rico? What you think?
So no, I was getting to that. A lot of people that I know in my family were not happy about him performing, because a lot of the stuff he said about America. I think that's where people had the problem about with Bad Bunny, and you know.
That's what I'm saying. Keep it at that. Though. Keep it at that. You gotta keep it at that. That's why I listen. For me, I don't go. I'm not saying he does again. Like I said, I'm glad you cleaned it up. But for me, I'm not gonna judge a group of people or demographic over a few or individual. What the fuck they doing? Like if you feel like Bad Bunny says this and that, take that shit with Bad Bunny. But we're not gonna take it up with the whole island of Puerto Rico and then try to flip it. That's like when people try to say that all black people do this and like, yo, you're not gonna keep trying to group us in a damn box. That's why I never. I got to issue somebody. I'm not challenging your ethnicity. I'm looking at your ass and your character, whether I agree with it or not. But I'm not gonna attack your heritage.
I feel like this, and the American thing is kind of weird because it is an American sport, but it's also an English speaking sport, right? So I feel like the NFL has been trying to transition in regards to going international. And what's the second most popular language? It is Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn if they were speaking in Chinese. They're American.
I would.
If you're American, let them people be. A lot of people listen. A lot of people be talking that shit, and the motherfuckers like, look, like it don't bother me. And like I said, I can proudly say, I went out there and defended this country. I'm not. You're not gonna ruffle my feathers because you want to have a show in Spanish. You're still American. You just that's what it is. Yeah, what it is.
No, and again, listen. A lot of people's political views blurred lines. A lot of not like a lot of the stuff he represents. A lot of stuff he is
prejudice shit.
So
like, I know a lot of Italian people in my lifetime. If they want to speak Italian, should I get mad and tell them to speak English? Even if they are American, even if they are American, hold up, what you speak? You speaking Italian? Speak English. This is America. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing. If you ain't like the damn show, turn it off. All that making a riff and y'all ready to burn down the country over a halftime show. Half of y'all teams would probably be in the damn Super Bowl. That's why I didn't watch it. I didn't really care for Super Bowl anyway, but I wasn't mad about no bad Bunny. We seen worse. We seen worse halftime shows. We seen worse halftime shows for motherfuckers that speak English. I don't care about it. Let them people rock out. Like I said, you got a lot of Americans who just happen to speak Spanish. Well, they was jamming. Why the fuck we on the propaganda?
My man Al says that's the ignorance of people, even when more so the ignorance of people with money. These people are not an immigration and foreign policy. They are territory under the U.S. that are citizens.
And that was another American who defended the country as well in the army. So that's like why, like motherfuckers who don't do shit, don't get up and do shit. Always be the first one to complain how the country's being ran and shut your ass up. You all right? You be all right?
Yeah. I can't either way. Like I watched it, and I'm Puerto Ricans. It was cool. They had a lot of references of our history. A lot of like even with the piraguas and that's the Spanish ice that we would make from the hood. So there was a lot of dope. I didn't care for the Ricky Mann thing, like whatever, but it was cool.
Yeah, if you want to judge the performance, but don't be out of getting bitter because of the language they were speaking. Shut your ass up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely with you, but
what does it like again? Like, yeah, what does the halftime show got to do with anything about being pro-American? Unless he was put out a message that was anti-American, that's one thing. But all this, like, come on, bro, y'all tripping over a 20-minute. Y'all losing y'all shit over a 20-minute show. Shut up. It ain't that deep.
Yo, I was wondering why Cardi B was just dancing. She wasn't a part of the show. I was like, why is Cardi B just dancing? I don't get it, bro. Like, well, you mean? By the way, Zayas was in it. He was.
Xander and Emiliano. Emiliano's not even. He's Mexican. He's not Puerto Rican. But I'm saying they were showing love. But they're saying Emiliano's American. They're Americans. Fuck.
Yeah. No, facts. Al says he thought the performance dope and a wedding during the show.
Yeah, they had a whole wedding.
There was a wedding during the show.
Yeah, that was a real wedding. That was a real wedding.
No way.
That's what I'm saying. Like everybody want to find something to bitch about.
I did not know a real wedding. I mean, I think they had a lot of beautiful Puerto Rican women. That's what I'm going to say about it. That is something they definitely had. My man Lance says just an eye polarizing convert as well. I mean, I didn't really care.
It's not that there. I'm just looking like, okay, who are they bringing next year? Who will they bring next year? That's what I look at. I'm not gonna be mad for the whole year because of halftime, because of a Super Bowl halftime show. Half y'all motherfuckers y'all didn't even care about the halftime show until maybe recently. Goes to them.
I'm not gonna lie though. They should have Chris Brown be the next performer.
I heard now. And Chris Brown put out a post saying they need me now. So Chris Brown might get it. They're gonna find something, but they're gonna find something.
But he got that.
They're gonna find something to bitch about. They're gonna bring up his past. They're gonna find something to bitch about. Chris Brown gets selected to do Super Bowl show. They're gonna bring up his past.
Well, he got that beef with AZ, so I don't think it's gonna happen. But
man, listen,
Chris Brown would actually be the person. I'm just saying. I mean, Chris Brown would be dope. I got to see him a couple of times, but it is what it is. Moving forward, why did you just say J. William H?
That's what I put. That's my name. My middle name is William.
I don't know your name was William. That's crazy. Hold on, let's see right here. But this shit made me laugh. I saw this interview, and I thought it was mad funny. I had to play it for you. I'm gonna play it right now with my man.
I stood there. He caught me. I threw the right hand 3 times. That was my mistake. I threw it, and he was just like, I think, studying me, like saying, after he throws this punch, I'm gonna throw it, and he threw it with power, and he caught me.
Why the f did you throw that punch 3 times in a row, Leo?
I don't know, because that's what we practice in the gym. Like, because a lefty, you always throw the right hand.
Boom.
So I'm like, hey, I threw one, I didn't hit him. I said, I'm going to throw it again. I didn't hit him. I I have to land it sometime. So I kept throwing it, and that was my mistake.
Bro, I just remember that knockout. He's talking about the knockout with Gervonta Davis caught like a high knockout of the year. What's your take on what he was saying? I thought it was hilarious. I ain't gonna front.
No, he's keeping it real. So I was just he said some real shit from orthodox fighter standpoint. They love throwing that right hand against us southpaw. So he was like you said, I thought if I keep throwing them, I'm gonna hit him with one of these motherfuckers. Now realizing that Tank is timing that bitch, and see what happened after that. But it's good to see Leo Santa Cruz back because I mean, just back around. I haven't seen Leo in a minute. I mean, I know he's been through a lot with his father passing and things like that. But in terms of boxing, I don't think we've seen him since that fight. Matter of fact, so you know what I mean.
I mean, he was already.
He damn sure have no beard
already,
last time we seen him. You know what I'm saying? So he just chilling. He another one. He another one. Al made sure he was well off, and you know he's chilling.
Yeah, I remember that fight. It was just, and I just kept telling myself, like, bro, like Tank is like stalking you. Like you got to get out of that corner. And when Tank uppercut and landed, that was one of the most ferocious knockouts I've ever seen in my life. And I felt bad for him when he got hit, bro. I was like, God damn, Tank hit hard. And that kind of springboarded Tank as well. Like that was really big victory for Tank. But I'm with you. I'm glad to see that Santa Cruz is, able to laugh him, bro. That was, bro. I mean, it's got to be one of my top 10 knockouts of all time. And it's always played on the highlight reel. You always see that one knockout. So it's good to see that in that regard. You think Santa Cruz is done? You think he comes back?
I think he's done.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Santa Cruz, man. He was definitely a Hall of Fame fighter, in my opinion. I thought he was dope. I really did not like him going up in weight to fight Gervonta at the time. I didn't think it was a good matchup for him, but we've seen what happened with that. My man Lance says, that knockout was crazy, bro. Like, that's like how you dream of hitting somebody with, like, for real. You know what I mean? But whatever. My man, Josh Kelly, right, actually had some things to say basically about his next move. I'm going to play it for y'all now.
Never say never. I mean, fill the stadium light out, but that's what we're looking to do, a stadium fight next. And I think with the support I got from the Sunderland fans in the North East in a whole, we could do that with Zayas. Zayas is, I mean, think about it. Boots hasn't got any belts, right? And Zayas has got 2 of the 4, two of the 4.
Got WBO and WBA.
So why not just go straight in and try and add another 2 to mine? Yeah. And I believe I will beat him. He was sparring with me he fought with me sparring partner Abbas. Yeah. So
what did you make of that fight? If you saw any of it, she was obviously on the same.
I just thought it just looked. Zayas won. Wasn't like a huge impressive win, but Abbas is tough in game, and that's what he does. He tries to come in game.
Man, turn this shit off.
I thought Zayas won, but I didn't think it was like an unbelievable performance. But that's the fight. If the Ben fight, obviously, it's disappointing nowadays. World champion like me is gonna call for a fight with a person who's got nothing to bring to the table. But the fact that he's got such a big name, reasons that, you know what I mean. But if it's not him, Zayas is the one we want. We want to take Zayas to Sunderland, not Puerto Rico, not in the sun. You come to Sunderland, going to play, like I said before, on a rainy old pitch.
What do you think about this fight, Kelly versus?
I don't know. I seen another damn video where they said they signed on to fight Boots before he won the belt. Now that he won the belt, now it's what we got to fight him for. He don't got nothing. I get it. I get to that. I get that statement. Yeah, it's true. He doesn't have anything, but he does have a name. So like I said, your own promoter said you signed on to fight this dude. Now y'all want to backtrack and don't want to fight him. You know what I mean? And then I'm gonna be real. Like, I don't think it's gonna be easy as he thinks in terms of making that fight with Xander, because let's be real, Eddie's probably wants to do an in-house fight, and Boots is his fighter. You know what I mean? I don't think Eddie wants to sit down with Top Rank, you know what I mean, to make, you know what I'm saying, to iron out that fight, because you know what's gonna happen. Who's the A side, who's the B side? Xander having two of the belts, of course, they're gonna feel like they're the A side and so forth. So again, It's probably a lot easier to make the matchup against Josh Kelly and Jerron Boots Ennis over the Zayas fight, but who knows? But again, I just don't like. As a fighter, I can't respect it because again, if you sign on to fight the man, live up. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it was a real contract because again, I don't know how the fuck you get out of that if you did sign a contract to fight Boots. But again, if you agreed to fight that man, live up. You know what I'm saying? Keep your word and fight that man.
Well, I say this, man. I feel like it's a good way to sidestep Boots. Boots to me is a dangerous fighter.
Oh, we want to go for the guy with the 2 belt. I get that. That's cool. Legacy, whatever. But at the same time, you knew going into that fight for the IBF title that you was going to fight Boots next. We can't just backtrack it.
No, and to be honest, I feel like if I was Kelly, Joshua Kelly, right? Pretty much Joshua Kelly is looking at Xander easier opponent.
Pick him up.
Huh? Come on. He's looking at Xander as the easier opponent, in my opinion. So I mean, you get 2 belts, now you have 3 belts, and then you're missing 1 from the right.
What I tell you the other week though, bro? What I tell you like, about 2 weeks ago, I said you and I and the rest of everybody on the panel, we had a good conversation. We said who was the closest to becoming an undisputed champion in the division. Even if we don't, even if we think that there's other better talent in the division in terms of getting the task done right now. Like I said, Xander Zayas is on that path. He's on that path, whether we like it or not. My man Xander is on that path. Shout to Xander. Shout to my man Xander. Shout to my guy Bruce Shushu and everybody else that was winning it. Like I said, we had a lot of good fights this last couple of weekends. So shout out to a lot of these cats that I know and came up with.
I mean, I'm definitely with you about my son is crying in the background. But
well, we had that hour mark. We had that hour mark.
Yeah, right. Almost. I feel like Joshua Kelly is definitely looking at it as a business move. He could have 3 belts. You know what I mean? Xander, to me, everybody's gonna look as the weakest next to Fedora.
Daddy duty time, y'all. It's daddy duty time, y'all.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Like, kids are asleep. But and I just see the fight. I was impressed by Kelly, so I think Xander's also looking at it like, bro, I can rack up another belt. Xander's a belt chase.
Yeah.
Before. I want a belt.
And then who else? I feel like Josh Kelly got rid of the boogie, man. Josh Kelly got rid of him, so you don't have to worry about that guy. You know, doing anything crazy. I think Josh got rid of the boogeyman. And who else has the other title? There's one more belt out there floating around. Fedora and Thurman.
I mean,
Xander literally, Xander just came up a fight. Josh Kelly came up a fight. If they do have some out doing, again, the winner had those two. You know, so that fight, the winner has the potential of taking 3 belts home, and waiting out, and then they can wait out the winner between Fundora and Thurman.
Listen, Xander's on the mission to get the belts right now.
Whoever
wins that fight,
you're definitely right though. There's a lot of things I seen that Josh Kelly was doing that I like. I said that motherfucker was boxing his ass off. So he was smooth with it, and he's fast. He got quick twitch action and quick twitch muscles. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, like you throw something out, he made my man keep his damn right hand up in the last fight because he kept countering with either the fast jab or counter hook. So I definitely agree with you. It's definitely not an easy fight, but I'm just saying that if you say he's gonna fight that man, stand by your word. You know what I'm saying, and fight that man. I just think that they don't want to deal with the, Boots could be tricky. He may not be the biggest puncher like Josh Kelly's last fight, but Boots could if you get the right Boots in front of you, Boots can make you look bad. So that's just my opinion. But again, 154 is definitely an unpredictable weight class. Like I said, I thought a lot of people thought that Josh Kelly was gonna get his ass knocked out, and he came back and he did his thing. He was boxing his ass. A lot of us did.
You know, what's crazy though with 154 is I think Bruce and Virgil are the best at 154, and neither of them have a belt, which is crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, like,
and right now,
to me, I think
right
those
now,
are the two.
not Boost, but the number one, the number one guy in the division, he's probably gonna be out until he gets his legal shit situated with his promoter. So we might see Virgil to fuck around after the summertime.
That's gonna be trash. I ain't gonna lie, but again, you said 154 is stacked. But there's so many fighters, bro. That we're not talking. My man says that last fight was painfully hard, so much posturing, but he's the champ now. I thought the Josh Kelly fight was a good fight. I ain't gonna lie versus Backlund. I'd like to see a rematch, to be honest with you. I thought it was.
I don't.
When I watched the fight.
My man would make me mad because he couldn't cuff the fucking ring. He couldn't cuff the ring. I don't want to watch it. Cut the damn ring. This is the most basic thing. L, you know what I'm talking about. It's one of the first things you learn. Cut the damn ring off. Stop all that. You did all that following and I don't want to see it again.
I mean, I'm Bono fan. I like him, bro. I mean, the Boogeyman, I like him. I would like to see it. I want to see all these guys at 154, but that's just me, bro. I ain't lying. We got one more topic, one more video actually. My man Manny Rose, my son is back at it. I had this to say in the fight.
And we weren't present. We weren't there to watch this. And these type of things are discussed prior to the fight. They're actually at the fighters meeting, and this was discussed. I want to watch I want to watch you, your team, wrap your hands, and you can do the same. I mean, not to the fighter, but to the coach. And then we all agreed. That we came to an agreement, and the commission was there, the British commission was there, and the WBA inspector was there. So we all agreed. But they went ahead and wrapped his hands anyway. So when I came in, he had his hands wrapped already. Oh, he wrapped his hands. Well, what do you mean? We weren't present. Oh, well, you're late. Oh, well, you're late. They started looking for excuses, and it's just unfair. It's not fair play, So I said, well, since we weren't there to watch his hand wraps, I don't want them in my locker room to watch, my fighter get his hands wrapped. I mean, we have the commission. That's all we need. Anyway, we got in an argument there, and I guess I won the battle because they weren't permitted to be in my locker room to watch the hand wrapping. But that's not the point. They have to listen. It happens all over the world. It's a world title fight, the main event. I think we felt disrespected.
You're muted.
I said, what do you feel like? What do you think about the other thing?
Shout out to my man. Shout out to my old trainer, Olympic trainer Manny Robles. I actually texted Manny that night and spoke to him when he won. Congratulate him and Brandon Figueroa for a beautiful performance. But yeah, that's some bullshit. Like I said, I'm not saying Nick Ball is a bad dude, you know what I'm saying, but obviously he's tied because it's his camp tied to it. But again, that camp got what they deserved. They fucked around and found out. And then on top of that, you got Andrew Kane, little ass, kicking motherfuckers and shit for being victorious, which is crazy. You too little for all that shit, bro. You get slammed in your neck. If that was NYC, he would have got he would have got slammed on his damn neck at the Garden. He too little.
What was the whole thing with the rest? What was the thing with the rest? I don't.
With the
what happened exactly?
With the raps?
With the raps of the hands.
They didn't allow Figueroa's team to come in there and watch his hands get wrapped. That's a no-brainer in boxing. That's a common thing that happen between fights. The opposite team comes in there and they watch your trainer or whoever wrap your hands to make sure that you're wrapping it under whatever the state commission rules are for that state, and go from there. But they didn't allow my man to get his hands wrapped. Well, watch get his
How can you let a fight happen? How can you let a fight happen like that?
Some of these motherfucking commissions are flaky, bro. But then it bit him in the ass. He got caught. He got caught. It was on flat on his face.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. For them to allow that to me is crazy. Like, I mean, when somebody gets killed, somebody gets hurt. Like, I don't understand sometimes how certain rules just get overlooked in boxing, man. I mean, that's just me, bro. But shout out to them. Thank God nobody got hurt in that situation.
You got the win. It is what it is. The shit backfired for y'all. Better luck next time. Nobody feels bad.
Yeah.
Nobody feels
bad.
Yo,
what's coming up?
Who?
Facts. What fight's coming up?
I don't know. We covered a lot of shit that we missed, though. I'll tell you that much.
Hell yeah, bro. There's a lot of topics. Even when my son going crazy over here, I got, bro. You know, crazy. I'm only doing the show over here because my garage is cold. So I'm like, God damn, I don't want to go in right now. But I'm back in the garage.
You better go DoorDash that portable heater.
Yo, that the mini split is $2,000, bro. The mini split. I was like, God damn.
How cold is
you know,
shit?
I'm gonna
you in Atlanta? It ain't shit. How cold is it in Atlanta?
It's cold out here, bro. I mean, you in Cincinnati, damn near North Pole, bro.
You from the Bronx. You from Brooklyn. You know it's shit. You know how to get up there. You know cold. You know cold.
I do not like the cold. I know them, but I don't want to hang out with the cold. I hate cold, bro. Like, that's for me. Like, hell nah. But, you know, it is what it is. But on that note, we're going to let y'all rock out. We'll be back on Wednesday. You know what I mean? For the 10 we're back on like crack addicts. Make sure y'all tune in to us on our social medias. We'll be back consistently. Super Bowl last week, so we kind of a little break. But we'll be back. Make sure you tune in every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on X, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. We out here. It's boy Norris with Jamel Henry.
Put nephew to bed, man. Man. Get that man the melatonin gummies.
I'm about to body slam him. We out of here, bro. Come on,